We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Cardi B's lap dog, Ken Barbie, decided to throw some shade at Ckiminaj and JT and Bia. The botched lapdog said people really never learn. They let random stands gas them up just to talk negatively about Cardi B. Just to leave them with no streams, no money, and a bad wig after they look stupid, okay? So allegedly, this is about JT and Bia, who have been getting clowned because their careers, people feel like their careers are not supposed to be where they are currently, especially after the Ckiminaj cosign. So Ken Barbie the lapdog is saying that the random stands are the barbs, that they pretend to support JT and Bia. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about that. It seems as though she kind of clocking that despite the Ckiminaj cosign, their careers are in the toilet. Now, in my opinion, I like JT. I still be streaming JT. I don't care what nobody says. I stream, Red Flowers, JT's coming, okay. I still listen to JT. I don't care if, she charts or not. And I listen to Bia as well. But I think I listen to JT a little bit more. And the thing is, we got to understand that JT is a dark-skinned female rapper, okay? And they only push one at a time. Let's just be very clear. Right now, the dark-skinned female rapper that's getting the main push is Doechii. It's not even Megan Thee Stallion. If we're talking about, musically. And that's why she won back-to-back Grammys. She won Best Rap Album last year, or Best Hip Hop Album last year. And this year, she won a Grammy for Anxiety. Megan Thee Stallion hasn't won anything since Savage, okay? Which was a collaboration. Doechii won a Grammy for her solo music. She didn't have a Beyonce or a Kendrick Lamar collaboration. So, with that being said, JT is not the chosen dark-skinned female rapper, like Ice Spice said. It's Doechii right now, musically. Okay, y'all might say, oh, Doechii's not hot, but the industry is pushing Doechii still, right? They're not pushing Megan. Megan is only getting brand deals. Okay, nobody cares about the Broadway thing that they trying to push. Like, nobody's talking about that. We talk about musically is Doechii right now. And I don't think that, Nicki Minaj should be responsible for other female rappers' careers, especially since, a lot of these female rappers need to put themselves on. They ain't worried about the Nicki and Cardi B cosign and getting pregnant and all this other stuff. You need to focus on the fucking music. There's people that have worked with Cardi B and haven't popped off, okay? I.e. Scratch Off. Scratch Off did not get the Nicki cosign, was mad about it, went to Cardi B, and Business is Personal that, she just dropped, that's flopping, okay? Like, let's be fucking clear. There's people that have gotten the Cardi B cosign and, unfortunately, the Cardi B fans don't support them. So it has to be about the music. If the music is hot enough, everybody's going to listen to it. And then on top of that, unfortunately, if you don't have a solid fan base, you may not last in the game. That's just how it's going to be. Cardi B is also facing backlash because she allegedly has copied a underground artist's music, mostly the beats, because I listened to both songs. But I think her name is Aquafina, put out a song, and this is how it sounds. Chick, I'm a 5-star chick. I'm a 5-star chick. And then here is Cardi B's version. Interesting. So she basically copied the beat for the song that was on her second album, Am I Ugly? And the song is called Don't Do Too Much, okay? Which it doesn't really matter because she ain't write it. I mean, why are people shocked that Cardi B steals music? She has a writer. Okay, she recites and steals everything. I don't understand why we're even having this conversation. This is not the first time Cardi B has been accused of stealing music, okay? But they allow the Latina stripper to get away with everything. I don't understand why people are shocked. I'm not shocked by this. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not shocked by this at all. What people gotta understand is that a lot of these artists steal music. I mean, Beyonce, in the beginning of her career, her solo career, she used to steal music. Allegedly, she doesn't do that anymore. But that's just a part of the game. Unfortunately, stealing music or taking from unknown artists is part of the game. So maybe she can take Cardi B to court, but I doubt that she will win. She's not winning against Titanic Records. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that allegedly Queen Bee and Camel Face are scheduled to attend the 2026 Japanese Grand Prix. They are expected to be in a Ferrari's hospitality suite. And the race starts at 10 p.m. So allegedly, I guess that's the theme for the next era, race car driving. That's going to be like her little deal that she does. Remember, for Act 2, she had the Levi Jean Company as, one of the brands that she worked with during that era. And then didn't she work with a jewelry brand for Renaissance, right? So I guess this is the theme that she's going with for Act 3. And speaking of Act 3, a lot of fans are speculating that Queen Ari and Beyonce will be dropping in May, okay? Now, in 2024, Eternal Sunshine dropped March 8th, and Cowboy Carter dropped March 29th. Now, in 2026, a lot of fans are speculating that Ariana Grande will drop May 8th, and that Beyonce will drop May 29th. I would be here for Beyonce dropping. Ariana, no shade, but Eternal Sunshine was a bore for me. I never go back to that album. No shade. I didn't think it was giving what it was supposed to give. It was okay for me. But I never go back to that album. But then again, no shade to Beyonce, I don't go back to Cowboy Carter either. So, both those albums weren't my faves from them, wasn't my faves, right? So no shade to Beyonce, but I don't go back to Cowboy Carter. I go back to Renaissance. Renaissance was a boppity bop. Cowboy Carter was I wouldn't say a chop, but does it have classic replay value for me? No. No. So, no shade. The thing though, Cowboy Carter was definitely like a moment. Eternal Sunshine was not even that. That's why, nobody cares about that album like that. No shade. Okay, the Grammys snubbed it. It didn't win any awards. Nobody cares. I feel like she should have came harder, especially after you go through a divorce. She really should have came harder, in my opinion. Now, moving on to Latto. Latto had her baby shower yesterday, and basically a lot of fans are calling out the fact that 21 Below Average allegedly was not there. Now, I know there's some people that have their baby fathers go to the baby shower. Some people think it's strictly for women, but men are there. So 21 should have been right beside Scratch Off, but maybe, he had things to do and he could have attended maybe later on. It's just this little clip that her father had posted onto the internet. Doesn't look like he's around. Okay. So she's been getting heavily clowned for this. Let me know y'all thoughts. In my opinion, I feel like 21 Below Average is playing in Scratch Off's face. I'm waiting for her to wake up and touch some grass. At the end of the day, if he's not even publicly really claiming you as his woman, okay, like he claimed Amber Whore, then is a testament that he may not really feel the way you think he feels about you. And I think because 21 and Scratch Off have been together for so damn long, I think it's been like 4 or 5 years, according to Scratch Off, she thinks that it's love. But that doesn't mean that somebody loves you just because they've been stringing you along for 5 years and got you knocked up and now you're the third baby mama. That's not how that works, okay? At the end of the day, I believe if he truly loved you the way you think he does, I think he would be claiming you, not posting, magazine cover pictures, here and there, okay? Still not saying that you're his woman. I think he would be claiming you if he really felt that way. No shade. So hopefully it works out, but it's clown things for me. Now, unfortunately, I do have to give, the icon Chilli 50,000 lashes, okay? So she's been getting dragged all over social media because a lot of fans feel like she supports the far right movement, okay? Or far right politicians, right? Now, with that being said, she did go on, I think it was live. And she also put out a statement saying that she doesn't support the far right politicians. She accidentally reposted a video of Michelle Obama where they were allegedly calling Michelle a man. She accidentally donated to far right politicians when she thought she was donating to veterans and also children. So she did try to debunk it, but a lot of people do not believe her because the receipts prove that she has donated to far-right politicians multiple times. She also follows several far-right politicians online. So a lot of people do not believe her. Now, Salt from Salt and Pepper did try to stick up for Chilli because TLC, Salt and Pepper, and I think En Vogue are going on tour together. So she said, Chilli, please keep your pretty head all the way up, sister. The world is very quick to believe anything and everything posted on social media. Quick to crucify and slow to forgive. Even when you straighten it out, haters will always hate. We know you in your heart. I truly pray that you don't shed not one tear or lose not 1 minute of sleep or peace over any of this. We got you, and any threat of not coming to the show from anyone will not stop us from loving on you and supporting you as a person and your legacy in music. This is the type of bullying we as people have to stand up to. Whoever comes to see us great, and whoever doesn't will miss something special. Powerful sisters coming together. Positive vibes only. Continue to let your light shine, queen. And she allegedly is a Trumpy, allegedly. But here's the thing for me. The reason why I'm giving Chilli 50,000 lashes is not because she supports the far right politicians. There's a lot of celebrities that do publicly and some do privately, right? I'm giving her 50,000 lashes because of her lying about it. You can't say you don't support far-right politicians, but you've been donating to them for years, since like 2017, okay? And then you say you meant to donate to veterans. How? That doesn't logically make any sense. Also, you follow Trump and all the far-right politicians. I mean, just admit it. I would respect it more if she was more like, like the Nickies and the Waka Flockas and the Amber Whores who publicly support the far-right movement versus only doing it behind the scenes, okay? Now that your shows or your tours will be affected, that's why she's coming out and, trying to debunk this because she wants people to come to the shows. I feel like what she said wasn't genuine, and that's why I'm giving her 50,000 lashes. We live in America. You can support whatever politician you want to support, obviously it comes at a cost, right? Your actions have consequences. If people don't want to support you because of your political stance, that's their right. We live in America. People have that choice. But don't try to act like you weren't supporting that movement. You know what I'm saying? When there's too many receipts out there, Chilli. Okay? And to be quite honest, Chilli give that vibe. She do give it, like, low-key. You know, people were saying, oh, Left Eye would probably, you know, be supporting it as well. I don't know if I believe that. Chilli always gave that vibe to me, okay? But I just don't respect her trying to lie about it. You know what I'm saying? When the receipts are out there. You know, it's one thing to just openly be a Trumpy, but then, you know, trying to lie about it, I don't respect it because you want people to come to your show. Corny. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on 50 Cent, Diddy, Usher, Justin Bieber, Taylor, and Blake Lively. What's going on between them on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.